know we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due, I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me, that's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB, these Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key, I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo, pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
Time action, run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came prime time action, run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A man coming off a washout 2021. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams sprint plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Well, the drive starts with a completion left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and the Denver first down. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Jaguars sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Coming off of a Pro Bowl season 2020, many of us were stunned when Bradley Chubb had 0 sacks in 2021. That did come in only a 7-game season due to injuries. Cause for some concern, but he also had 19.5 sacks in his first 2 years as a full-time starter.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. This game, the 9th that the Jags have played here in London. You might know that Shad Khan, he's the owner of both the Jaguars and Fulham in the English Premier League on the soccer side of things. And this is the 3rd of 3 London games the NFL will play this year. But there is one more game to come over on the continent. The Seahawks and Bucks from Munich, Germany. The first time a regular season game will be played there. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Agnew now to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, first and 10 at their own 24. They go play action with Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete. This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line under pressure. They got him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. This pass complete to Melton. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounds.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
Third and long, it's Wilson. That's complete, it's Okuwebunam. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 36, Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Play action. Now Wilson rolling to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Albert O, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple, because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Lawrence. And the Broncos get there and take him down. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, they'll get this out to the flat for ETN. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
That's Foley Fatukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Play action. It's Wilson. Forced out to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Gets it to Gordon.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So good coverage there defensively, as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
But their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian Kirk, 32 yards.
And the Jaguars are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
And now the the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the 38, Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Now Wilson on first down. And Gordon's got it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 40, 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
The last time, everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick 6, and now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they're moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
As you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Dancing to his left. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Fuller run show Fadukasi there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there. And he will have the Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Williams brings it in. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Wilson. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Touchdown, Broncos! Jerry Jeudy, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
And he'll get into the end zone, so now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you had extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence to the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st down, Lawrence. He's able to find Melton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On the counter, Etienne.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Etienne.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. On play action, Lawrence. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play. And they got it right there, partner.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Denver, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move.